Welcome to Spurs Vision TV. It's been a long
Yeah,
time since we've done this together, Jane.
yeah. Good
Right.
evening. Good evening from Asia.
Yeah, good evening to all you guys in Asia. And of course, good afternoon to all you guys in Europe. And of course, especially in London and the UKs, right? And of course, not to forget, good morning to all you guys in Americas, right? And the season is starting soon, right? We're all excited, right? We've not seen Spurs do business like this before, right? Before we bring in the guests, I'll just have my say about the transfer window and the preseason. At the moment, it's all hearsay and hearsay, right? On what's been happening in the past few games that's been going on, right? We will only know what
Anything.
and how good we are, right? When the first few games starts, right? And then from there, most probably we start having our own judgment. And what do you think, Jamie? Before we
I
bring in
would
our guest,
say we have to quick smart get shot of the Deadwood because Conte still wants more signings before the season starts,
Mhm.
and those we expected to sell are still only being sniffed at and not snapped up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but it
So
seems as if a lot of the pundits have got us in the top four, if not the top three, this season.
that's what they all say. But let's see how that goes, right? But before we continue, let me bring on some guests first. First will be Nippon. Hi, Nippon. How you doing?
Good. How are
All right.
you?
Yeah, we're all fine. We're good. We're good. Let me bring on Shane Black. Shane Black from our brother from Australia. Haven't talked to him in a long time. How you doing,
Hi, y'all.
Shane?
Hi,
Yeah,
how are yous?
yeah. And of course, we've got King Arthur. King Arthur, right? Good old friend. Good old friend.
And
Yeah.
looking remarkably chipper, considering that you was king in about the 10th century or something.
And of
I,
course, not hold on, huh? Not to forget Bobby K from all the way from Canada. Hi, Bobby.
Oh no,
Bobby K.
it's the Canadian.
It's Canadians. I haven't heard that in so long. I came on just to hear that. Fellas, great to see you.
Yeah,
Shane,
yeah.
Okay,
good
bye
evening
bye.
to you.
Morning,
Yeah,
morning.
exactly.
Bobby, have you ever met
Cracked out.
Nippon before?
Yeah, me and Nippon, I was just on his show the other day, actually, an hour late, but I still made it. He invited me onto his show. We had arranged it like a week prior, and I'm sitting upstairs on my sofa, relaxing, chilling. And then he's messaging me, saying, "You're coming on, right?" Yeah, of course I'll be there. Yeah, of course. I'm sitting on the sofa having my tea. My alarm goes off. Oh, okay, time to get downstairs, get on Nippon show. I come down, I set up, I log in, the show's on. Oh, I was an hour late.
Oh,
British
I, I,
summertime.
I put the difference, the time difference wrong. So yeah. So
but at least you
being
got on.
Indian, you'd figured
Yeah.
I'd be better at math, but no, I embarrassed my people that day.
I was
All
going to
right,
say you're
okay.
working on Indian time.
That's it, buddy. That's it. Shane. Actually, yeah, technically for Indian time, I was early because I was only one
Yeah,
hour late. Thank
that's
you,
right.
Shane. Thank you, Shane.
And
Uh,
Love
also
seeing you, buddy. You always got my back.
belated happy wedding anniversary.
Thank you, Jamie.
oh,
Thank you
please,
very much.
buddy,
Appreciate
please.
that, buddy. I know you sent well wishes on the messages, and really good to
Yeah.
see you guys, man. It's been so long. Arthur, Jamie, I haven't seen you in ages. Eugene, it's been a long time. Shane, I was fortunate enough he graced us with this present a couple of weeks ago. Me and Brian decided to just go live because we didn't know what else to do. We were bored. We were chatting away, so he said, let's just talk online, and it was nice. Shane made his debut on the Three Spurs Boys, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was
And let me
awesome.
bring on one more guest, right? Right. A guest that doesn't need much introduction, right? He's famous all over the streams. And he's actually on all of the streams nowadays. Welcome.
The Drifter.
Super
It's the
99.
Drifter. Has to be the
Oh,
Drifter. There
every
he
time I
is.
turn on
Super
the
99.
Spurs, it's him.
Yeah, yeah.
I
We got
didn't
that.
reckon-
I can go again if you want.
You can come again.
No, stay.
Kuba,
Kuba,
it's Kuba 99.
I didn't recognise you without your cat.
It's too hot, mate. Way too
Yeah.
hot in the summer. Cat comes back in the autumn, I think.
I was gonna say you retired the cap a month or so ago. Actually, you've been pretty.
Yeah.
You've been loose and free for a while now, man.
Oh yeah, I can't stand having headphones on or the cap on when it's summertime. It's just no way.
Well, I'm in Manila, and I'm wearing a Scully cap and headphones.
Poor Shane is on Australia. Headset, toque, sweater, 3 jumpers, a warming blanket, a plugged-in electric blanket.
It's not that bad.
It's half past 9 in the evening here, and it's only 28 degrees centigrade.
Only.
But before I continue, guys, let me just go through the chats and see who's here at the moment. Big up Kyle Simpson, right? All you guys are coming over from what you call. That's why I saw Bobby
the
on
coffee
on
company.
Ben's
Yeah,
show, yeah, from coffee company from Ben's show. That's why I invited
yeah.
him
Ben
on.
put the link in there and sent everybody over.
Chris.
Yeah, and of course Chris Agamba, big up to Chris, and of course not forget Ben.
Yeah, he needs to see a doctor because we don't want to smell what he's brewing.
And of course James Joris.
Hey,
Hello, all.
James.
Thanks. Like and
Nice.
right. And of course
okay, there
Graham.
you go.
Yeah, we got Graham. Right. Is Graham at Ben's coffee shop today? I'm not sure.
No, he
Graham.
wasn't. He was in the messages. I know he was there yesterday. They
Graham
were hanging
already.
out for a little bit
Yeah. And Nippon, have you been down to Ben's coffee shop before?
in Woodford.
No idea where that is.
Woodford.
Yeah, it's in Woodford Green or something like that.
Woodford. Oh,
Yeah.
that's like an hour from me.
Oh, it's an hour from you. Okay. All right. Fair. That's fair. But guys, let's come back down to what we are doing here today, right? So how would you say, the season starting soon, right? We'll just go past, we just have a short chat about the preseason games, our transfer, what do we think about it? We're having a review or something like that, a short review, because the transfer window hasn't closed yet, right? But of course, the preseason games have all ended, right? Apart from sooner or later, maybe we'll get another Liverpool fan might jump on. Harry might jump on, but he's supposed to jump on, but he had some private appointment just wrapped up on him. He might join us later. Okay, since we're all Spurs fans here, right? So let me put.
He's not.
Yeah, Nippon, yeah.
Look, I hate Arsenal as much as you guys do anyway. So
We're not talking about Arsenal.
Nippon, let me get to you first, okay?
As he wears a bright red jersey. I hate Arsenal as much as you do with his bright red
it's a
jersey.
Spain jersey.
Spain.
It's still red. It's still red.
España.
I nearly threw up then.
Don't look, Arthur.
Put the red back.
No, actually, I just wanted to ask Nippon, right? Because to tell you the truth, right? At the moment, being a Spurs fan, right, we have not encountered such a transfer window before in our lives. To tell you the truth, right? Getting our signings in 6 signings even before preseason started,
And still needing or wanting more.
and the sad part is that we still need more signings, right? So, but
that's how much neglect has been put into our team. That's better. Thanks, Nippon. Hey, nice blue.
This is the Captain America shirt, by the way.
Oh man, I'm Canadian. Take it off.
You can't win either way.
Poor Nippon. We're gonna make Nippon go through his whole wardrobe in one show.
Well, this is the Spurs show, not the Captain America show. Or
it's gonna be like a Bollywood Spurs stream. We're gonna have you do costume changes.
Yeah,
that's it. Every costume change.
Bring some palm trees, Nippon. Bring some palm trees.
Yeah.
But okay, before we go on, I mean, being Spurs fan, we're getting our signings in early, and somehow now that I mean, Nippon, right? You being a Chelsea fan, you have signed a couple of players at the moment, right? But all of a sudden, the gears have gone up.
A couple, they got Kubali.
Yeah, they've got Koulibaly.
Yeah. Would have loved him at Spurs.
Yeah. Hold on, let me bring on one more guy, and his old friend we met before, Shanska.
Hey everyone.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yep. Okay, Shanska, just do the rounds. Meet Bobby K. Have you met Bobby K before?
Yeah, I've met Bobby.
Actually, yeah, we've been on the stream together. I've seen you. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was just the last stream I think we were on.
It was a while ago then, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it was been a while.
Good to see you.
And Nippon is he's a Chelsea fan, right? But he's
Yep, I remember we were on the same stream.
Yeah.
I'll let you all know that Nippon is Chelsea's version of Arkuva.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Everywhere.
Yeah. But of course, let's get back to
Lovable
Nick.
and he's everywhere.
Yeah, getting Koulibaly, Sterling. Who else have you signed at the moment?
We've signed.
Koulibaly, Sterling, and of course now you're hijacking De Jong, right?
Kunde went to them. Kunde went to
Yeah,
them back
Barcelona.
in Catalonia.
Yeah.
Cucurella seems imminent.
You're looking at him. You haven't got him yet.
No,
Yeah.
some or other when Chelsea's like hijacking most of the big names out there now, right? You know, Cucurella, Frankie De Jong, right? That's the other one that you're going after too. Yeah. So
Mate, if we get Frankie De Jong, I'm gonna go. No, there are certain United fans who thought it was a done deal for them. I'm coming after every single one of them if he ends up at Chelsea.
Yeah. But the thing is that and during your preseason games, you didn't do too well, right? For the preseason games. I mean, it's a hearsay thing for the preseason, right? A lot of us would like to not judge it too harshly, and a lot of us are looking at different angles of the preseason. What did you see in your preseason for the Chelsea games? Thumbs
That's
down.
all I have to say.
Okay.
And the biggest thing well, look, let's have it right. Playing Arsenal is never a friendly. It was a preseason, but let's have it right. For me, it was a preseason unfriendly. And getting smashed 4-0 by them. I'm sorry.
6-0.
No, Sevilla was 6-0. Yeah. But Chelsea lost 4-0.
We got battered by them 4-0.
Okay, well, either way, a lot of getting all the negative results out of the way before the season starts.
Yeah, look, how I like to look at it is that they scored too many in pre-season, therefore they won't have enough left for the actual season.
Let's hope.
Yeah. But before we continue, right, since we've really gotten Coover's idea of his preseason for Chelsea and the signings that's come in, and of course the potential signings that are going to come in, right, with Frankie De Jong and Cucurella, he's feeling quite optimistic about it. But Chelsea is usually Chelsea. But at this moment, Chelsea is not the Romans Chelsea. So do you feel something a bit off about this season?
Look, it's something new. I do admit he hasn't got the new owner hasn't got his director of football yet, so he actually has to do everything by himself, which means it will take longer, and unfortunately it will also mean we get left behind in some deals. Okay. But look, short-term pain, long-term gain. That's how I like to look at it.
Sounds a bit like marriage.
You're talking to Spurs fans.
We've been looking like that for about 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Aren't they talking to Spurs fans? We're long-term pain, long-term gain.
Long-term pain and no gain.
Yeah.
Listen, it will come good.
Yeah, we are hoping that.
Again, it still sounds like marriage.
Jamie, everything to you sounds like marriage, right?
We did win a cup. We've won a cup.
Yeah, the World Cup.
Yes, that doesn't sound like marriage.
I am waiting for a cuppa for my wife. I did ask her for a drink. So.
You guys did win the Carling Cup though in 2008, ironically against us.
Yeah, but we just won the Memorial Cup like 2 weeks ago, dude. What are you talking about?
No, but again, how did Lloris? He didn't go. Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
Nippon, I was there, Wembley.
Yep, Arthur was there. Okay, let me get to Arthur, right? Arthur, preseason games over. Transfer window is considered halfway, right? Halfway done, right? So, how do you feel, right? And Southampton game is coming up soon. Later, we go into the previews of all the games that are coming up.
Honest opinion, I think we've had a pretty good window so far, but we're still lacking in certain areas where we need to strengthen. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the transfer window to see what we can do. And also, what we mustn't forget is we've got quite a few ready to be shipped out at the moment.
Yeah.
So, and
It's
we-
especially a certain lazy but skilled Frenchman.
don't even say it. Who wants to
didn't.
buy?
I just-
Who wants to buy him though?
Marseille.
that's true.
Well, yeah. I mean, all we can say is
Possibly.
he's in the same boat as Ronaldo.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, but he's not in the same class like Ronaldo. Come on, Jamie. The same boat, but not the same class. Right. Not in the same class. But of course, Shane. Yeah. Go ahead, Arthur.
I was just going to say, we've got Ndombele, we've got Lo Celso, they've got to go. Winks must go, for God's sake. But when is this man going to go? He's like Japanese knotweed. You can't get rid of him.
I've just seen something on One Football that says apparently Sampdoria are having a look at him.
Yeah, well, we want more of a look.
Yeah.
Than a look. We need to sell him. Get rid of him.
But that's the problem. All the players that Conte has left at home each time we've gone on our pre-season, they're getting looks but no bites.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true. But of course, Shane, same question. How do you feel?
I think the pre-season games were pretty good. We did improve our fitness, and you can actually see the styles of play that Conte is working on. You can see his ideas forming on the pitch. As for the transfer market, we got our 7 players, because don't forget Josh Keeley, or 6 players plus Josh Keeley, the youth
Irish
goalkeeper.
Yep.
So we've actually made 7 signings, not the reported 6 that everybody goes on about. Everybody goes on that we've made six signings. We've actually made 7.
Yes,
with Josh Keeley.
At the moment, Son and Kane are still doing most of the goal scoring. Perisic is showing glimmers. Spence, I think, shows some promise, but most of the people we've signed are far from being ready for the season. Lenglet, I just wish it wasn't just a season's loan. I'd rather we had him for 2 years at least, if not, an option to buy. So,
I think we've got him in on a year's loan, so we can actually go ahead and look at somebody like Gvardiol or what's his name?
Well, the Bastoni.
Bastoni, that's it.
Bastoni is basically going to be a repeat of Ndombele, because he doesn't want to be with Spurs, and he's actively been trying to convince other players from his team not to join Spurs. So I don't want that kind of attitude coming into the club.
Skriniar's on our radar again. I mean, if we get another 2 or 3 signings, to replace the people that have gone out, like your Rodens and
that's about it. Roden.
He's only on loan now.
Yeah. He's gone to Rennie or whatever.
But I think we need another 3 players, an attacking mid, another centre back, and maybe another forward to replace Bergwijn.
Well, the idea that Memphis Depay's had his number stripped from him. He hasn't even got a squad number at Barcelona now. We could do worse than get him for probably better cash, because he hasn't got a squad number.
Depay is going for about 12 to 50 million pounds. That's the last I heard, right? But of course, a comment here from Carl Simpson. Let's face it, the Roma game was rubbish, but we were the better team. But once again, we couldn't break the low block. That's always been I think that's the problem which is Conte is facing now, right? The low block that teams to come out and low blockers we can't break them.
Yeah, I think you have to give a bit of credit to Roma. They're bloody good at doing that. I mean,
Oh,
quality,
Mourinho.
they've got quality defenders, and they played well. They defended well, and that's what Mourinho does. I remember I was on the Irish Hotspur on the pre-match build-up, and I actually said I thought Roma would win it 1-0, and that would happen. It was on the cards, wasn't it? It's that little payback that Mourinho tends to do to other managers, isn't it? It's the
That's true. That's true.
little stab on the way out. Look, just remember, you sacked me. Here, you can have that little loss.
So it's your fault.
And Ben and Sim from We Are Tottenham TV was saying it was bloody hot in the stadium as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. And Bobby K, same
Yes,
question.
sir. Yes, sir.
The same question. Your thoughts about the transfers, the preseason games, right?
You know what? I honestly didn't get a chance to watch a single preseason game. All I've got to do is watch the highlights and then obviously listen to everybody on YouTube in the background commentary in terms of what happened and how the game went. I don't care, to be honest with you, Eugene. I don't. It's preseason. It doesn't mean anything. We've seen previously in history where teams have had fantastic preseasons and started the season off with just utter chaos and garbage surrounding them. We've seen the opposite side as well, where teams have been atrocious in preseason and then they fire off the season very well. So, good morning, Bob. Good morning to you, sir. I think we've done. I think we've done good business. We've done good business. We need to do more, obviously. There's still that whole issue with what Kuva just brought up with breaking down the low block system. So we got to get that. We got to get that sorted out as well. There.
Who's feeding Levi?
Is that from Arthur?
No, that's my wife trying to feed outside.
Is it time for your dinner, Arthur?
It's dinner time already, Arthur. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why are you eating so late?
Iris is feeding Levi.
I only ate 2 hours ago. Time to eat again.
I thought you were going to say you only wake up 2 hours ago.
Nah, that'd be the day.
Yeah.
Well, we know what Iris is like now. She has to force her way onto the Spurs chats, doesn't she?
I'll tell her what you said.
I think there should be. I think there should be a Spurs stream, a new channel of Iris and Mrs. Harris feeding Alan and Arthur.
Sue and Irish show.
That's it.
And of course, Kuva. I know you've been on most of every stream that's available for Spurs at the moment.
No, not most. Every.
Course, yeah. Not most every. It's actually every, right? But I'm sure that we've heard about how you feel about what's happening, about the transfer window and the games that we've been having. But let's push it one more step forward, right? Are we still going to win the quad?
Of course we are. Until the moment it becomes impossible to win one, we're on for the quad. That's the way I always look at it. You never throw in the towel at anything. You always go for it to the very last moment. Yeah. And if we're going to be stopped from doing that, it's got to be from somebody playing brilliantly against us, not just because we think we can't do it all of a sudden. That's the attitude I want to see throughout the team. I believe Conte's the man to lead us into that sort of having that attitude widespread across the club. I think he's starting to have that sort of effect on the chairman, and that's something we never thought we'd see. This actually having these transfers in early is great stuff, but are we then going to see the sort of the fight back by the Levy way of doing things, and the window just fizzles out when we thought we could have gone the step further, but foot's taken off the accelerator? That's always been my criticism with the Levy era. It's whenever we're in a position to do something, we suddenly then just start coasting. We get into the top four, we're pushing for the title, don't sign players. Then when we drop out, we'll do a few panic buys to try and get back in the top four, take the foot off the accelerator again. I'm worried we're going to do that on this transfer window. If we do sell off some of the deadwood we're hoping to, I think it was Will Stewart said it a few weeks ago. We could be looking at the crazy situation where we actually make a profit on this window.
True. True.
If so, what was that £150 million all about? It's
Smoke and mirrors.
yeah.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke screen.
If that's the case, and then we just fail on some competitions, and we'll be thinking, if only we'd gone the extra mile, got that extra player in. We all talk about it, but a lot of people say about creativity. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's like a Maddison, but it has to be somebody. Where's our sort of Jota or someone like that? The player that comes on and gets you a goal when you desperately need it, or a goal scoring midfielder. You're even
the game changer.
Yeah, even if it's a player we don't like going back a bit, Frank Lampard. The goals he gave from midfield. We don't currently have that. If we got in somebody like that, or an exciting forward, or somebody that just does that bit of flair, that Van der Vaart sort of player, that one that gives you the unexpected, that creates something out of nothing. We desperately need that. We're linked with Zaniolo a bit. He's got at least got that dribbling ability to get into the box that will sometimes that helps against a low block. If you can't pass your way through, you physically get yourself in there with dribbling skill, force them into a rash tackle, get a penalty out of it if you don't get your shot away. Or goals from outside the box. We need something like that. We desperately need another central defender. I think everybody agrees on that.
Yes.
I'd say as well, under the Conte system, we still haven't really addressed the wing backs, because although we've got Perisic, who's a brilliant signing, we've got Jed Spence, who could be a brilliant signing, but we just don't know yet.
Mhm.
What happens if either of them's injured? We're back to the people that couldn't do it before. We're back to the players that are just not at a good enough level. If we don't go in, if we miss out on this opportunity by taking the foot off the accelerator again, this promising window for me starts to get me a little bit angry again, because it's just seeing what we've seen for 20 years. Now's the time, because
There will be riots outside White Hart Lane.
Yeah, we don't do that. That's the sad part. We don't do riots. But of course, TH is a caveman saying, right? He personally likes Julian Brandt. Julian Brandt is at Bayern, no? At the moment? Is he at Bayern? If I'm not mistaken?
Borussia
Dortmund, isn't he?
Dortmund.
I thought he was in
Oh, he's
Dortmund.
at Borussia Dortmund.
doesn't it? Yeah.
He's at Dortmund. So if he's at Dortmund, right, there's a possibility we actually can buy him, right? For Dortmund. And of course, what's Scott Ham?
Dortmund have got problems at the moment because was it Sebastian Haller, their big signing? The poor guy's got cancer.
Yeah, he's going through his chemotherapy and all that, and after removing the tumor. And of course, big up to Scotty. Scotty's always, Scotty.
Morning,
Hi,
Scotty.
Scotty, yeah?
Yeah, Scotty's
Come
always
on,
Scotty whenever
Jay.
he's in the chat. Yep. The concerning thing about the preseason is that the same mistakes from the same players that we have seen for years, and that our issues from the last year haven't been fixed in this window. Scott M is so true. It was so obvious in the Roma game that we keep conceding in set plays and all that, like corners, right, free kicks and all that. So, that's a bit concerning, but don't forget we've brought in our free kick specialist, right? What's his name? Gianluca Vio. Is he? Gianluca
Yeah.
Vio.
Vitoni or something, isn't it?
You mean the
Yeah.
coach?
Yeah, the coach, the free kick coach, right?
I'm also quite interested to see how Yaya Toure and Jermaine Defoe being part of the coaching team is going to affect things in the future.
Oh, Gianni Vio.
There you go.
Okay. Gianni Vio. Yeah, Ben Kaufman.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Ben.
Yeah,
Despite
thank you.
bringing him in, Harry Kane still taking the free kicks.
Yeah.
You've already got to question how good this
Yeah.
coach is. If he can't
Smoke,
stop
smoke
that.
screen. Smoke screen.
Yeah. And of course, let me get to Shanska.
Just on that note, of hiking things, did you guys see the clip where Kulusevski in a Korea, like a public event at Korea, he literally took the mic and said, "Harry, I love you. You're great and everything, but it's time to give Sonny the free kicks." He literally said it on a public
Nice.
platform.
He did that.
No.
Yeah, he literally in a public platform. He said that it's time to give Sonny the free kicks.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah. That's. I mean, maybe it's not Sonny to take. I mean, Sonny can take free kicks, right? But I'm
Who's the next
hoping
best
that we
option?
find
I don't
someone,
think we
right?
really
To actually,
have anyone apart from
no,
Sony who's that
no,
prolific right now.
Eugen, you got to look up his numbers for South Korea, buddy. They're outstanding.
yeah.
He's got like
No, I'm
five.
not
He
saying the free
scored like
kick. Sony,
5 goals and 8 free kicks for South Korea or something.
no, I'm
His,
saying Sony
his
taking the,
numbers are crazy.
no, I'm not saying Sony can't take the free kicks. I don't want Sony to take the corners anymore.
Well,
That's what I'm
maybe
saying.
Perisic will take the corners.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that's
Get
a good one.
Perisic,
Yeah,
Perisic
He's
on one
two-footed.
side and maybe Doherty on the other side.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is Perisic is actually pretty good at headers, so you're losing a man
He
in the
is,
box.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Sonny's corners have been pretty good generally.
Mm.
I
But
Better than
I'd rather-
Kane's free
yeah.
kicks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Perisic
Yeah.
is a definite
According to
candidate.
South Anderson, right?
Sorry, I'll be
Decky
back
can
in
take
a
the free
minute.
kicks. Yeah, Decky. Yeah, okay, Bobby. Catch up really. Decky can take the free kicks. According to, I mean, actually, we do know actually Decky can take the free kicks because he does have that mean left foot on him, right? But of course, what Caveman THFC says that Harry Kane should donate 100K to charity every time he misses the free kick. Yeah, there'll be about something like 540,000 K already. 540K that he needs to put up to what. But before we continue, let me get to Shanska. Shanska, your views of the preseason games and of course the transfer window.
As far as the preseason games are concerned, I'm really looking at them like from a fitness perspective. But then there's just one problem. Like I know everyone has their different takes on the Roma match, but for me, like we lose or win, I only have one problem in that match. We started with our best front three: Harry Kane, Son, and Kulusevski, and in the entire match we had 0 shots on target. Like if we didn't score, I get it, but 0 shots on target. And I'm sure everyone remembers like last season starting, we went like 4 to 5 games with 0 shots on target. So like it's a reoccurring problem. Like I know it's a low block, I know it's tough to break down, but come on, when you have two world-class forwards and you have Kulusevski to add to the mix, it just shows that we really need some creativity because if having the best attack, arguably the best front three in the Premier League, and you can't land a single shot on target, that's concerning. And like for the transfer window, like I really don't think there's going to be any drastic changes because like we saw it, we were moving that quickly in June and July, and like we spent like over like in 2-3 days we got a 60 million deal done for Richarlison. So like if we really had to do a big signing now, I think we would have done it by now.
Shanska?
Frozen, I think.
It just reminds me of what Conte said like in January. Am I back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Am I back? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I just remember in January Conte said that this isn't the situation we can fix in one transfer window. It's going to take multiple transfer windows and a lot of things. So like I think Conte already knows that, and I think that's why Conte already isn't really expecting much because right now he's been given something and he's planning to work on it. And like on the foreseeable future and in more transfer windows, he's going to build on that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've got another different take on it on the Roma game. I didn't look at that as being a lack of creativity because Roma are going to do that to teams. We're going to face that in the league again. Liverpool face that in the league and come unstuck at times as well. It's not only us that struggles against the low block. It's a difficult thing to break down.
Yeah, but the difference is with Liverpool is we have to play to the way they want us to play against them. So that's going to change for everybody now because Klopp is going to give team sheets to all the other teams to let them know how they're supposed to set up. Sorry, Kloof, go ahead.
Indeed. Roma in particular, we still had 10 shots, 10 attempts at goal. If you look at Harry Kane, put a free header over the bar. How often is he going to do that? Sonny fluffed a free header as well. If you don't take your chances in these sort of games, you do get turned over, unfortunately. That is the same whether you're Man City or us.
I didn't actually watch the game, but from the highlights, that should have been a penalty that Harry Kane got taken out inside the box. And I think he was onside when he did score. I don't think that was offside. We didn't have, we're going to have VAR this season, so that would have been checked by VAR, and it probably would have gone for us.
Yeah. No, but in the end, it's just preseason, right? The only thing about preseason usually is just, of course, the scoreline. Usually, what we say is irrelevant, but of course, we are smacking in the goals, then it will look impressive, right now. And if you don't concede goals, it will look impressive. But in the end of the day, like I've been saying all this while, for us, right, to bring in 6 players or 7 players, right? Of course, Keely is supposed to be one of our youth goalkeepers. Do you think, right, in this period of time,
Sorry.
the way that the team has to
That-
gel together, right? To
No,
have an
it's
understanding.
I'll say after Eugene's finished talking. It's just exactly what Sansko was saying that I've just seen an article on.
Yeah. So,
But carry
but
on. Sorry.
the gelling of the team, right? The understanding between the players, right? It will take time. It's not just going to happen overnight within 2-3 weeks or of the
Well
players
said.
playing together. So that's how I'm saying. That's how I'm seeing. So you see, like what's happened in Chelsea, right? Chelsea, Nippon, you should know. You've lost more or less Rudiger, Christensen, right? That's your backbone of your defense, correct? But before while that was happening, right? Last season, at the end of the last season, Tuchel was already bringing in quite a lot of youngsters, right, to cover those holes. Do you see now with Koulibaly coming in, right? I mean, maybe you missed out on Kunde. Kunde went to Barcelona and all that.
Yeah.
What other big centre back signing do you think you guys are going to get?
Well, we are talking to Leicester about Wesley Fofana. They just said that he's not for sale, but Chelsea aren't seeming to budge from that. So they're just going to offer the highest bid. Like, there you go. Because even the player has removed Leicester from his biography. So it's subtle. It's subtle. I don't know what the word is. It's subtle actions from the player on social media indicating that, you know what, I want to move. I want to further my career.
It's subtle coercion.
Subtle coercion.
Yeah, that's the word, Arthur.
Yeah. But the thing is that you're saying that is what Fofana is like, telling Leicester that I want to go. But has he actually handed in an official transfer request? That's another question that comes in, right? But of course, while you are looking at things like the defense and all that, if you bring in Koulibaly, Fofana, right, and maybe one more defender, right, your back line still will not click together to get an understanding in that first month or two. Don't you see that? I mean, even like for now, why do I think? Yeah, even no matter how weak.
It will always take a new signings time to gel. So I'm not expecting results like that.
Yeah. So for us Spurs fans, what I see in Conte, what he's doing now is right. What he's done in the movement in the defense is just brought in Langley, right? So as I see it, maybe Langley will be something that will cover Dyer and will cover Davis on one side, right? And then we'll have Romero and Sanchez, right, on the other side to cover those slots at the moment. Of course, we are still looking at Tanganga, whether he's going to leave for AC Milan or maybe he'll go somewhere else on loan. We are still not very sure what's happening there, right? So
I think that the AC Milan moves for Regulon and Jaffa Tanganga have cooled off.
yeah, cool off, but
because I was going to say, AC Milan would like a move abroad would be best for Tanganga. Like for example, AC Milan would be a good place. Like, I mean, chance to well, I don't want to say it. Chance to win
something.
Yeah, chance to win something. Chance to be reunited with his international compatriot in Fikayo Tomori.
Yeah, that's true. And
whose phone is going crazy? Who's
whose
getting all the
phone is
messages?
Mine.
Okay, all right. It's Nippon's, right? But at the moment, like what Nippon you're saying is correct, right? What I see in Conte, because I think by the end of last season, right, our defense was quite solid. We didn't concede many goals, so maybe he's not too worried on that side. But of course, like we are so worried we are worried for him, to tell you the truth, right? As us fans, we are more worried for him and he's worried at the moment. So maybe we should just let's see what happens along the way. So Jamie, sorry, Arthur, go ahead.
Just a quickie. What we should bear in mind is that Lenglay's on loan, so we haven't bought him. You know, this guy could just go, okay, pack up tomorrow and go back. So we need that back line solidified. We need to buy the right players so they are our players. Lenglet isn't; he's on loan.
That's true. That's true.
So,
And Jamie,
bear in mind.
Yeah, but there's a couple of stories that just basically make things look at a bit muddy as far as the water's concerned. Exactly
regarding?
what Skria was saying about what Conte was saying that. Let me see now. That he needs to take other steps to challenge for the Premiership. So it's clear that Conte is seeing the current situation as part of a progression, but then at the same token, we've got to wait and see if Conte actually signs an extension to his contract to complete the plan that he has in mind. As for getting rid of our deadwood or players that we at least need to loan out so we can balance out the English and the foreign players in our squad, PSG are now no longer looking at Region and Tanganga, and they're now looking at Dayo. And what's the other one? And apparently Dombele has, was it Olympique Marseille briefly considered Dombele, but decided against the move.
Okay. And Kuva, you want to say something, Kuva?
Yeah, when talking about the defence, saying we're pretty rock solid with the defence last season, towards the end of last season. I think you have to look at the synergy between the defence and the attack. Is our defence good because our wing-backs had to tuck back all the time? Emerson barely crossed the halfway line. Sessegnon was very rarely going forward and putting any crosses in. Are we pulled back because the defence is generally weak, that we need the numbers back there all the time? That's what I think Arthur's quite right about. It's essential we get this strength in that central defence, make it rock solid through the middle, and then that base of the defence there allows the wing backs to go marauding forward. You can get the left-sided one, whoever it's going to be, whether it's Longley or Romero on the right. They can maraud forward because they know it's really solid at the back when they do. Currently, we have to hold back a bit because we know there's a fragility there to the team. When we do go forward too much, overcommit ourselves, we don't look so good then. That's when Ben Davies suddenly doesn't look any good anymore. It's when he's left exposed there. He's not quick enough to recover, and we did see him get ripped apart at times.
That's true.
So I think just when we say we need this creative force at the front, yeah, we need more creativity there. But that can actually come from strengthening at the back and allowing players to join the attack more, especially when it comes to the wing backs, who are going to be the overlapping players and the ones likely to get to the byline and cut the ball back. That's when you get past. Helps to get past the low block when you get those defenders turning around, facing the direction they don't want to be, having to chase back a little bit rather than looking forward. And then you got your midfielders flooding onto it late, getting the shots from in and around the edge of the box. It's changing things up a bit. We lack those options at the moment. Okay.
Yes, Arthur?
Oh, Kuva's expanded on my comments nicely and couldn't have done a better job. Thanks, Kuva. The golden rule of any team, any club, anywhere is build from the back. And we haven't built from the back yet. We're in the throes of doing so. And if you're going to sign people on loan and they know full well they're not going to be there long, you're not going to get the best out of them, are you? So we need to buy a good centre-back or two good centre-backs. At the moment, before that's done, it's no bloody good going upfield and buying forwards and, central midfielders and all the rest of it. You need to solidify your back line. Then that's your building block.
Well said, right. But according to reload XX, AC Milan just wanted to loan Tanganga. He'll be their fourth choice centre back. Levy wanted the obligation to buy. So of course they backed out. That's what's happening.
And there's
That's
another
what's
story
happening.
here for One Football.
Don't worry, Langley won't. They won't want Langley back. That's according
Yeah.
to what
Conte has asked Tottenham's board to sign Adama Traore again. So
that means Conte wants Adama.
I
yeah,
just
apparently.
don't buy that.
Yeah,
No,
it
nor
sounds
do I.
completely
No,
BS.
no
I don't-
Levy.
He's a bloody awful footballer. I just refuse to believe that Conte wants him.
It's for,
Can I tell you who else is an awful
from the
footballer?
Spanish press.
Both, can I tell you who else is an awful footballer, both morally and in terms of ability? Marcus Alonso, and he won the league with him at left wing back.
Ah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yes, Arthur, you were saying?
Well, I'm just going to back up. It's been said now, so I'll back out the comment.
Okay, all right. But okay, it's like what Nippon is saying, right? If Conte really wants Adama Traore and he sees that he can use him in a certain way that will benefit us, right? Shouldn't the board go for him? Because the price for Adama Traore now is not expensive anymore. They were asking for something like 45 million pounds two summers ago or something like that now. And after his trip to Barcelona and coming back to Wolves and all that, I've heard the value has dropped down to around 10 to 15 million
10
pounds.
to 12 or something, yeah.
10 to 12. I mean,
Yeah, but Eugene, is the thing is that do we really want a player who technically did reject us in January? Like he chose Barca over us, it didn't work out for him, and then like we're still gonna be going back for him. Like if I get the thing is Conte wants it, but do we really need to take a player who literally chose like regardless? We offered him. We were definitely in for him. He was definitely one of our main targets. Do we?
Yeah, but Sanskar, to be fair there, we were also in on him as a right wing back. And if all those rumors are true that he refused to come over and play that position, that he didn't want to be molded into a position he didn't want any part of, that could have led into the option of why he left. He went to Barcelona, it didn't work out. His options are being reduced now, which means he has to actually start looking at other things, and maybe he'll bend to Conte as well. So we'll see. But sorry, Arthur, you had your hand up before I started
No,
speaking.
don't worry.
My apologies.
I was just going to say that we're back to Traore again, but I've said this before with you guys, that this guy, yeah, he's quick, yeah, he's muscular, yeah, he's got certain abilities, but he has no end product.
Nope, that's
what we're looking for. If that players like him should back up the front line, right? If he can't score a bloody goal, how can he back him up?
But Arthur, he's got better crossing skills than Emerson. That's what I was thinking.
I've got better crossing skills than Emerson.
So what are you saying?
With a bad back.
Are you saying that Kane should be on for headers all the time? No.
No, I mean, no. What I'm saying is that, right? If if Conte wants him, and Conte sees something in him, maybe Conte can turn him to something that Conte needs. You get what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. Like what Nick said, right? Like Marco Alonso, right? When they won that league with Conte that season, right? Nobody gave 2 cents for Victor Moses, and what did he do? Right? He turned Victor Moses into somebody that could do something. Yeah. So the thing is that bringing him in, because now for me now is right when we went for Adama the first time, when Nuno was in charge, Wolves wanted 45 million pounds.
Yeah.
Levy wasn't willing to pay that amount, correct? Adama wanted to come. He wanted to play for Nuno again, but Levy wasn't willing to pay that money, right? We went back again a second time. While we went back the second time, Barca stepped in. Come on. Nippon knows, right? Koundé was supposed to land on Chelsea's lap, right? When Barca stepped in, what happened? Rafinha was supposed to land on Chelsea's lap.
No.
Rafinha wanted to go to Barca all the while.
Yeah, Barca, he didn't want anyone else. Rafinha is something different. The difference with Koundé is that he actually wanted us as his first choice, but Tuchel wasn't too keen on signing him. It's only when the others rejected us, we went back for him, and then look, and I don't blame him, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing is with Adama Traore, it was clear we wanted him before Conte took over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
nobody else seemed to be clambering to try and get his services this summer. Yet
Mhm.
it's a hell of a coincidence that Conte wants him now, isn't it?
Mhm.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
just the club wants him again. Conte doesn't.
Maybe the club wants him again because he's cheap.
That's
There we go.
Adama's agent.
But
Mm.
the answer to that is this as well. Do you think, I know Conte's done it before with different players, but not in the same position. Do you think that Traore, who is a sow's ear, can be turned into a silk purse?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
You can turn a sow's ear into a better
Exactly.
paid sow's ear. That's about it.
Yep. Well, of course, read what TFC came and says. I haven't kicked a
Yeah.
ball a day in my life, but if I was our right wing back, I would do it in and out of training and whip it across the
Yeah,
weeks. Because
exactly.
I know yeah, that's the training part, right? To bolster up. That's why I
Yep.
still don't get it. We've had Emerson for the past nearly a year now, right?
Over
And he
a year.
still can't cross the ball.
Nope.
No, so I don't understand what's going on there. That means if you can't cross the ball when you're 23 years old, right? That means we're not going to expect him to cross the ball, right? And while now Conte is trying to turn Lucas into the right wing back, right? While we know that Lucas can't cross the ball too.
Another guy can't cross the ball. Exactly.
Yeah. So that's the biggest conundrum. So, like to tell the truth, right, guys, we are not Conte. We don't actually know what's in Conte's mind, right? And I have to say a big up to this guy. Big up, Mr. K. Go back
Mr.
to work.
K.
Yeah, Mr. K.
What?
I thought he's
Nice.
working. Honestly, Mr. K should be at work now, Mr. K, right? So what Ben is saying, Levy wants Traore to get the baby oil sponsor. So we're gonna be the Johnson and Johnson baby oil what? Baby oil stadium.
Nice one,
And
Ben.
Johnson and Johnson grounds.
Yeah, Jacob will be happy about that. Jacob will be so happy
Oh
about
God,
that.
Jacob.
Jacob.
I think
yeah.
Jacob might love Adama Traore as much as his children. Or his
Yeah.
child. Almost.
Right. Yeah. And of course, THC Caseman says that like Dele Ali, he knew we needed a creative like Dele Ali, he knew we needed a creative midfielder, but never worked on his passing, just wanted to
That's it.
take passes all day wrong. Yeah, that's not creative,
Brilliant.
that's just showboating. Yeah, players must realize, right? So, but one thing I do know about Conte is very sure is that he is a team player. He wants players to come into play for the team, not for themselves, right? So let's see what happens. Maybe the rumors is Jamie is just rumors, right? So, and in the end of the day, if we do get Adama Traore, let's see what happens, right? Let's see whether he will actually blossom under Conte's tutelage.
Yeah,
right?
I still think it's more of a Levy signing than a Conte signing. It just does not sound like Conte's move. I can't see where Adama Traore would fit into the Spurs system, into Conte's system. I don't see it.
No.
I never have, and I don't think I ever will.
Nope.
Even if we do get him in, I don't see him working out. He's going to be on pretty good wages because, just to ride the bench. And we've got enough players that are riding the bench now that we can't get bloody rid of.
Shane, that's exactly right. I make you absolutely spot on. And he'd be like another spare part, but with no end product.
That's true.
You couldn't even sit him on the bench though, because he'd just slide off it.
The sprinters might stop him.
Okay, all right. But coming back to Nippon again, right? As what we see now as being Spurs fans, right? The next part of this show, I think we should go on to talk about the new season, right? It's starting in 3 days' time. Actually, 2 days' time, if I'm not mistaken, right? Crystal Palace plays Arsenal on Friday night, and then it all kicks off on Saturday, right? On Saturday. What time is Chelsea playing, Nippon?
10.
I think we
3 p.m.
play
is your
Everton
time.
at Goodison Park. I think.
Oh, you're playing away. All right.
Trying to remember the time.
We
So that means
kick
your
off
first game.
we
kick
kick
off
off at 3. 3
we kick off
3 o'clock.
1500 BST.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most of the games would be more or
The
less
Chelsea
kick-
game's the 12:30 game, the 5:30 game.
So the Chelsea game will be the first game.
No, the last game, 5:30. We're
Altogether,
3 p.m. English time, 5:30 p.m.
Oh,
Chelsea.
17:30. Oh, Chelsea is playing 17:30. All right,
Yeah, they're the
5:30.
late game. Fulham, Liverpool are the first game, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
for us,
that's
so
that's an
12:30.
automatic Liverpool win.
That's true. And MCT is playing on Sunday.
yes, yeah, I think they are.
Yeah. Let me have a look. BBC, like what does BBC say? For the Premier League.
Yeah, they play.
It's
They're
either Sunday or
playing.
Monday.
They're playing West Ham on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Man
it
City.
seems likely you'd have the first televised match as the reigning champions, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's weird. And they're playing the last game on Sunday.
well,
Oh, I think this is all been set up to be some kind of big drama, right? So let's say, but guys, don't forget, right? M City are never the best starters of the season, right? So this game away at West Ham, most probably, if they're lucky, they'll get a draw. That's how I see it, right? And Fulham against Liverpool, I guess Liverpool will smash Fulham. That's how I see that. Right, that's how I see that. And of course, unless, right, the magical Mitrovic, right, comes into play.
Hat-trick
Magic
against
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
Who would you guys rather win the league? Liverpool or Man City?
Neither.
Sorry?
Spurs.
Who would you guys rather win the Premier League? Liverpool or Man City?
Oh, who would I rather win it?
Tottenham.
Liverpool. Out of
who would
those
you
two,
rather?
Liverpool.
Spurs.
Out of those two.
to be honest,
I'll
I don't
look
care. If we're not winning it, I don't care.
Fair enough.
That's true. That's true. Right. That's true.
Oh.
Scott M says City. Yeah.
Oh,
he
then I
rather
say Liverpool.
then Bobby K says Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm
right.
saying Liverpool as well.
To tell the truth,
Because
honestly,
I'm the winner. I wanted. Look, we're not in it. We're not going to win it, so I might as well.
Did any of you see
guys,
the
honestly,
Charity
right?
Shield?
I rather. You know why I would rather M City win it? Because Pep doesn't bitch so much. Klopp bitches all the time.
Yeah, but look, to be fair,
I don't know. I think he does quite a lot as well.
I think I'll tell you who the biggest one is. Arteta.
Arteta.
Oh, that's
No,
the biggest
Arteta was
crybaby.
France.
Yeah, no, that's not a bitch. That's a crybaby.
Yeah.
Wow.
The biggest reason I want Liverpool to win it ahead of City is Liverpool do at least have a passionate fan base that fill out their ground
That's
every
true.
week
Yeah, that's
and
right.
appreciate football. Man City are just plastic
Yeah,
fans, half of which don't even turn up.
Yeah.
Their core base, that what they used to have back in the days when they were lower division, I had a lot more respect for those people than I do for half these ones that pretend to be City fans now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you heard? Shout out if he's listening. By the way, have you heard of somebody called Big Steve?
That's a different conversation.
No. Big Steve from?
Sounds like a friend of mine.
Does he have any channel?
We are the management.
Yeah, I'll put it in the. I'll just I'll get it. I'll subscribe to his channel if you haven't already.
Big Steve. Let me go to the private chats. And
That just sounds so dodgy. You should talk to Big Steve.
I would love it if that's Steven Gerrard's channel.
Right. And guys, I'm gonna put Nippon's channel into the. All right, here's Nippon's channel, guys. Nippon's channel is in the chats. Right, guys, please go over and what? And let me. Oh, Statman stuff. Hi, Steven. Now, Eugene. I used to like you. Klopp seems to be the only honest one. It's us. The question, right? Arteta whines playing 2 games a week, and when they weren't in Europe. That's true, right?
Yeah,
I didn't know you were watching us, Steven. yeah, it's all just good banter, right? And Big Steve. Okay, who? Big Steve. All right, let me put this. Oh, he's a City fan. Right,
Yeah,
let me
pick
copy.
up if you're listening. By the way.
Okay, I'm not sure he's he's listening to us. But let's see. Let me put this on. Right, Big Steve is a City fan. He's got his channel there. All right, we'll look into that. Right. Well, City fans are like what I think Hoover is saying is right. Man City fans, the old school Man City fans, the ones with the passion, the ones with the heart, right? That's the ones we more prefer than the ones who are actually there for the glory, right? You know, all the glory hunters that we have following the clubs and all that, right? And that's why sometimes we feel a bit sad when like MCT plays right at home and the stadium is like half full, and I mean, you don't have the atmosphere, you know. That's where we feel like the Liverpool fans are more passionate, and the Liverpool fans are, you know, they 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 show it all, right? The heart is there, the passion is there. They'll fill the stadium if they're even playing Fulham, or they're playing one of the small teams from wherever they are. The fans are there to support it, right? They're not there for the glory, but you know, they're there because they love football and they love their club, right? More or less like Spurs fans, right? We've been supporting Spurs for the past how many years that we've been supporting Spurs, and we haven't won anything, and we're still supporting Spurs, right? That's the passion that we show, right? And of course, Steve, I know you're kidding, mate, right? And for all the best for the season. Nice to see Nathan doing his podcast from the Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay.
Oh
When
yeah, yeah, he
I
did
give
that.
the context for what he just
Yeah,
said.
yeah, he did
I was
that.
wondering-
Nathan did that.
I was
Normally it's a restaurant, isn't it? Normally,
Chelsea game, and I
Yeah.
think we even scored while I was on stream. I actually was like, I was trying to keep it low.
Yeah. Nippon went to the away game, right? Spurs versus Chelsea, and he did a podcast from the Chelsea from our stadium. Yeah, and he really did that live, right? Yeah. And of course, more people turn up the queue in the Primark than in City when they won the league. That's why it's called
Yeah.
empty. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
it is.
That's true.
Well, you
Yeah.
know Nick, Nick Barry, Sean Ranjit.
Yeah,
Him
man.
and a couple of his mates went to, I think it was the Atletico Madrid quarterfinal, and his
Wow.
boss or something had got them tickets, and they had arranged the trip up there or whatever. And he sent me pictures and he was showing me the stadium. He goes, "This is a Champions League quarterfinal, and the stadium was more than half empty."
Hmm.
And I was
That's
like,
true.
"Are you kidding?" Like,
Yeah.
so when your stadium's half empty, your fans don't even want to come at discounted ticket prices for a Champions League game?
That's true. That's true. Right. That's what I said. I don't know. Like I said, the old school City fans are not there anymore, or hard to say what happened after that, right? So now they're winning trophies and they're still not getting enough people to fill up the stadium, which is quite sad. It's very
Because
very
the
sad.
thing is, Eugene, I honestly believe that those purists, the ones that really love football, are the ones themselves that have turned against the team, because this is not real football. They've gone around and just purchased everything. So they themselves now don't appreciate what the club has turned into. That's why
Bobby,
for us as Tottenham fans, we can continue to support our club, because when and if we achieve something, we can say it's been earned. We didn't just go out and buy a squad. We
Bobby,
didn't just have oil
no,
money dumped into us. We've
it-
had
it-
academy players come through. We've had to develop,
Yeah.
right? So,
yeah, we don't have many academy players coming through. No, to tell you the truth, it doesn't
but
matter.
compared to everybody else,
No,
West
I mean,
Ham
it
was the
doesn't-
last club that actually produced quality academy players coming up that ended up being world stars.
Yeah, I
Since
understand.
that generation, I would say, early 2000s kind of died off, like with the Defoes, the Lampard, Joe Cole came out of there. I
Defoe was
think
West Ham.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't know.
They're all
Yeah.
West Ham. That's what I said. It's all West Ham's
Good
academy
lad.
was
Good
the
lad.
last great young academy, is what I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but to tell you the truth,
and
right?
then United of
Bobby K,
92.
in the end of the day, it
Actually
doesn't
went
matter
to
anymore,
level.
right? Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore, right? If the past 18 years after the League Cup, right, Levy dumped in 3 billion into the team and we won everything under the sun, right? Would you complain? You wouldn't, right? But the problem is that now is that even if they are winning things with such an owner and such a club, and the fans are still not coming out to support them, and they think it's not real football. There's no such thing as fake football or real football. Football is football. It's just being played on the field. It's just the perception of how you want to see it, right?
But I think
Because
it's just hard as a fan to connect to a
well, yeah, of
club when
course.
you don't know if
That's true.
that player that
Yeah.
you've brought in today is going to be there tomorrow, because you have a revolving door of players coming in and out. You don't have your ability as a fan to attach yourself to something. The turnover is so consistent over there. I think that's what's kind of
But Bobby, the thing
stopping.
is,
But it's happening in all of football, to be fair.
yeah, it's happening in all football. But at the end of the day, right, you're not supposed to get attached to the players. You're supposed to be attached to the club. So sometimes you're talking about the certain loyalties that you have. Maybe the stadium is being filled by the loyal fans, right? It's those glory hunters are not there because it's not a big name. You get what I'm saying? Now? They only
Yeah.
go for matches when this is a big game, where let's say if MCT is playing Manchester United or Liverpool, then the stadium will be packed. But if MCT plays Fulham, you see half a stadium, right?
Well,
So
that's what I'm
that's
saying. Even for a
Most of them will
Champions League
already know the
quarterfinal
result.
against Atletico Madrid, it was less than half full.
Mm.
Like that's insane.
Maybe they don't think A Madrid is a big team enough for them to go, right? So
That's what I'm saying. Like they're beyond that. Like it's a Champions
Yeah.
League game, regardless. Like you
Yeah.
every team in the Champions League is a good team. So
we fill our stadiums, right? We fill our stadiums. But to tell the truth, that's Man City's problem. It's not our problem. Let them
Yeah.
have their own problems, right? But the only problem that we face now is that we have to win something. That's all. The
we
only
have to
problem.
fill our toll-free cabinet. Don't worry about filling the seats.
Yeah. Filling the seats, hopefully, will fill. Hopefully, this season, right? The fans that we will bring more positive energy, right, to give to the players, and we will fill that trophy cabinet sooner or later, right? But of course, now what Ben says that Southampton is the current West Ham, right, producing all the youngsters,
Yeah.
but Southampton
you're
is
right,
lagging
Ben.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
But
the amount of
Southampton,
players that they've sold and they still stayed up, good for them.
yeah, good for them. And of course,
Would you really say any of those are sort of world class, though? I mean, what are we talking? Lallana, Luke Shaw. After that, I wouldn't say there's there's good players come out of it, but compared to that sort of West Ham period when they had Rio Ferdinand, Michael Carrick,
Wasn't Bale a
Joe
Southampton Academy product?
Yeah,
they
no.
signed him from
was.
Swansea, didn't they? Or,
Did
Yeah,
they get him
Bale's-
from somewhere else? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I think Chelsea's academy is doing quite all right at
Yeah.
the moment. With players like Conor Gallagher. I mean, I don't know how he's going to go fitting into the Chelsea squad, but geez, he was brilliant for Palace last year.
Yeah.
But Chelsea, of course, no offense to Nippon, right? They did what they had to do when they swapped nearly most of Europe's talent in the past 5 years, the previous years before they got the penalties and all that, right? That's what they did. They bought in all the talent, right? And now it's shown. But the problem is that when Roman was around, right, these talent couldn't even break into the first team. These talents became the vehicle, right, to generate funds for them to buy bigger players. That's how I see it. So that was a very good business model that they built up, right? But of course,
Roman Abramovich, he wanted to get rid of the youth academy, didn't he? It's he just said, there's the check, but we don't need that.
For that.
Yeah. And Ray Wilkins had to tell him, what's what and why it was so important. So
yeah, no, you know why Roman did that? Yeah. Roman said, "I just loan you 1.5 billion to buy your players."
Yeah.
And write it off after I sell it. And if you guys think that he really wrote off that 1.5 billion, don't be so naive. There's some kickback somewhere for him.
Give the man credit, though. When Ray Wilkins did explain it to him why it was so important to have that academy, my God, did they put some money into it then?
Yeah.
They
really became something.
Yeah, they did all the illegal activities after that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, right? No, not allegedly, right? They were penalized, right? For about 3 windows, they couldn't sign any players. Were you guys penalized? Not allowed to sign any players, Nippon, for a period of time?
I think it was just one window.
And
then you guys appealed.
Yeah,
you guys appealed.
Yeah. They applied the appeals committee. It was fine.
The same thing with MCT, right? So the appeals, right? Same thing with PSG, right? And of course, now you look at Barcelona, they're in 1.5 billion euros in debt, and they're still signing players, right?
They can't even pay the players they have, and they're buying more. That's great.
Yeah, that's the weirdest part of it, right? Why are they letting them sign players when they can't even? I don't know. Let's not get into that. Okay, let's get into the season is starting. All right. Everton, Chelsea. Nippon, how do you see it?
Everton have never lost an opening game of the season. Chelsea have never lost an opening game of the season. I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Okay. And if you draw, right, what will happen to all the Chelsea fans? Will they go crazy?
Nope. I don't know about I can't speak for all of them, but I won't lose my mind.
All right.
I'll
So
say
that
we
means
just started the season, calm down.
okay. It's just
Well, there's a big loss for Everton with DCL out for a few months now. He's injured.
No,
Again?
anyway.
Again?
Yeah.
When did he come back?
Yeah. He's
Oh.
out. Apparently, he's out for a few months. So I can see Everton being in a real relegation battle this season. They might even go down this season, which is, they've been in the Premier League for
Wow.
what, 50 odd years, or the top division for 50 odd years.
That's true. That's true.
So I think Chelsea will walk all over Everton on the weekend.
Yeah. And guys,
I think you might be right, Shane. I think Everton are now on the brink. Whether they go down this season or the next, I think it might well be one of these 2 seasons. They can no longer replace what they have to sell, and that is a huge problem.
Yeah, and they're being penalized by FFP and all that, right? They can't bring in big names, and that's why they're so desperate, for the 60 million pounds that we had to give them, right? For Richarlison. If not, they couldn't even do much of anything else, right? But at the moment now, my biggest fear is, right, after watching the Roma game, right, if Southampton sit back, right, and do the low block against us again, which they did last season, right, we might not be able to beat them.
It was more the high press with them, wasn't it? It was a different style of play, but it was still about suffocating our attacking play. They did it brilliantly. I think it's going to be a much harder game than people are saying. I hear a lot of fans saying, "Oh, it'll be an easy 4-0, 5-0." No, it won't.
No.
I've got it down for a 1-1. I think we're not quite there yet. I think it's going to take a little bit for things to settle in with the likes of Perisic, Jed Spence, Basuma. They've all got to settle. We've got a couple of injuries on top of things as well now. If something happens to Højbjerg or Bentancur, look at the midfield. We're starting to look at Harry Winks at that point to sit on the bench.
Oh, God's sake.
Yeah, well, that's where we're at now, isn't it? Well, I mean, perhaps we'll go with Alfie Devine or White or whatever. But the point is, it's not an established player that would be sitting on that bench then.
No.
We're still a bit thin for my liking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Alexander Hilton, Steak, big up Steak. Right. Thanks for joining
Alexander.
in. Yeah. And of course, Jamie say with chips, right? And chips.
and mushrooms and tomatoes.
Yeah.
Come on, it's 11:15 here. Don't make me hungry.
I was gonna say it's 11 here, but lunchtime. So carry on, Arthur. What were you saying? Something about what? Mushrooms and
Tomatoes.
You're saying you want some poutine with gravy and.
Actually, you know what? Today's a good day for poutine, I think.
Yeah. All right.
Poutine with steak.
Poutine with steak. All right.
Shut up.
And of course, Alexander Hilton, right? 21 to Spurs. Loris hat trick. 5 goals for Kane, 3 goals for Son.
13 for Emerson.
He had me all the way until he said the Emerson part.
Yeah.
We all know Emerson's only going to score 12.
It would have been perfect if he said 13 own goals.
Yeah. Own goals, yeah.
And guys, don't forget, goal,
guys, last season we were the highest own goal scorers, if I'm not mistaken.
What happens if own goals is the Golden Boot winner?
Oh, goes the Golden Boot winner.
But then Ben Davies gets it, doesn't he?
Yeah. But coming back, this season, right? The window has not closed yet, right? For what I see now, right, is a very simple thing. Conte will have his game plan, and if things don't work out well and to his game plan, right, when he sees the deficiencies, right, he will demand more, right? And if he doesn't get what he wants this summer window, he might still say, okay, I'll accept it because you brought in 6 for me, and it's for me to try to, do something. But when the January transfer window comes around, right, and if he doesn't get his players that he wants to improve the team, that's when I'm going to be starting to be afraid, right? But at the moment now, like I said earlier before, we've got 6 new players in. Whether they gel well with the team or not, whether they start or not, because at the moment now I hear Bissouma's injured, right? And Ben Davis, Skip has got a cut on his toe or foot or something that will
Cut
put
on
him
his on his ankle.
out on his ankle. Yeah.
And he's also got a hairline fracture
Yeah.
of the bone, so he'll be out for 3 to 4 weeks at least.
Yeah. Bobby K will be just going on for another 15 minutes or so. But if you're really hungry, you can.
No. I
I
gotta.
You have to cook for the kids, right?
Sorry.
Are you going to cook for the kids or the kids at school?
No, hell no, man. It's 11 a.m. They can feed themselves by now. No, I gotta. I was up early. I'm home from work right now because I've got a major issue with my back. My meds are starting to slowly wear off here, so I'm gonna need to take them soon. Yeah,
just do some Uber Eats and order some Tim Horton.
Hell no, man! I refuse to pay people to bring me food. Nah, Mama Bear's home today, so
you mean you don't give your kids pocket money?
Why?
Because you refuse to pay people to bring you food.
That's what I'm saying. Why would I pay them to bring me food? That's their job. That's their duty as children. What's the point of having kids? Like all you people out there that spoil your kids, stop it.
They misbehave, just give them a topper. You know what I mean?
So 15 minutes this show gets good. Yeah. Good one, Scott.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah, Scott, you're lucky you're in Alberta. I'll come out there and give you a little bit of talking to.
That's why you know what? I forgot where he is. That explains why he's so bitter. God.
Bobby, the kids misbehave. You just have to give them a topper.
No, I don't hit the kids anymore. I've gone. I've
not
grown.
You, not you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I even getting somebody else to do it. I've evolved with technology, so I tase them instead. I got one of those little cattle prods.
Oh, that's good.
It's a little 5,000 volts.
Context,
let them know who's in charge.
A topper is like a bit of a slap.
A bit of a slap. It is a slap.
Yeah. or you get the juta.
No. I don't want. I lose my shoes.
Or the chappal.
Oh, guys. All right. We'll move away from that subject at the moment.
Shane, did you go get a steak?
Sorry,
Shane, were you looking for a steak?
No, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. So.
Oh my God! Right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's in Australia. Yep. Shane. Before we continue, you still want to continue, or you just want to have your last words and go to sleep?
Yeah, I think I will actually pop off because I'm feeling a bit like Nick or Barry or Ranjit. I'm getting a little bit sleepy.
Okay, Shane, stay on. We need you to nod off, right? We need you to nod off. Stay on.
No, I'm not nodding off on camera. Yeah. I'm not nodding off on camera. Hell no.
Yeah. But Shane, okay. Predictions, Southampton game.
I reckon we'll sneak a 2-1.
Not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy. But Hassan Hoodle always comes out with a plan against us, but I think that we'll just sneak it.
I think we'll sneak a cheeky Nando's.
They do.
Yeah.
So what reload this, right? Get the kids.
Very true, reload. Very true.
Royal Rumble time.
Okay, thanks for having me on.
All right,
I'm
Shane,
out of here.
Great to see you, Shane.
Yeah, great to see you. I haven't seen you in such a long time. Take care, bro. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good morning.
Good night, Shane. Chuck out the Zeds.
Mr. Hilton's given us. He seems to want us to talk about Bissouma. He's got Bissouma steak.
Well,
Basuma's
he's
injured.
down
Basuma's
for the
injured.
match, isn't he?
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah.
Maybe he wants a Basuma steak. Is there a steak out there that's called Basuma? Maybe we don't. There's something he's trying to tell us that we don't know. Maybe he's trying to tell us a steak called Basuma.
Both of
News
them
to
would
me.
beef up the midfield, wouldn't they?
I think we need
I
a
see what
bacon.
you did
No,
there.
if we had Hoiberg, we'd have a bacon sandwich.
Hey.
Nice one, Coover. Nice one.
And now I'm hungry. So nice one, Kuva. Thank you.
That's the one thing that got me pumping this
You're the
season.
one that
is
brought up
you-
bacon, Jamie. That's on you, man. That's on you. That's
I was hungry
self-imposed.
when you started talking about steak sandwiches.
Yeah.
I never mentioned steak sandwiches.
Well,
I was gonna say,
someone
now I
did.
don't know if I want bacon or steak. Dilemma.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a coney dog later.
What? Did you say you're gonna have a horny dog?
Coney dog.
Coney dog?
Corn dog.
Corn dog.
Coney dog.
No,
Coney
not
Island?
Coney. No,
Yeah,
corn
corn-
dog.
No, not corn dog. Coney dog.
Coney dog.
No,
Coney
a
dog.
coney, yeah, but a coney dog is a hot dog wrapped in like a bready
Like batter,
donut
yeah.
material. That's
No,
a
that's
corn
a corn-
dog.
No.
I've heard of
coney
a
dog-
corn dog. I've heard of a horny dog. I've never heard of a horny dog. So is it a combination of the
Coney
two?
dog. Coney dog. Conye.
Coney.
Coney Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a hot dog with
Y-E-Y, not Y-E. Otherwise it'd be
EY,
Kanye.
yeah.
That's what he said.
Kanye
He was.
West.
Coney dog.
Oh, he's having a Kanye dog. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look this up. Coney dog.
This,
What the hell
this
is
show
a
has
dog?
definitely gone to the dogs.
Yeah, the hot
Where's
dog.
Tommy?
It's like
Where's
it's like
Tommy?
no. It's lucky we haven't got any
Oh, it's just
shelf-side Spurs.
Yeah. Coney Island hot dog. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
Coney Island hot dogs. Okay, so
Yeah,
the chili and the everything on it basically.
Yes. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
have later.
Eugene, I'm
And-
not gonna.
Makes a
I don't want
Coney
to be
dog.
anywhere
Well,
near your
fair for
bedroom
natural.
because you'll be blowing the covers off.
Here, Jamie, I got you an exact definition just for you here. A Coney dog is a beef frankfurter in natural casing, nestled in a soft steamed bun. It's a
Okay,
topping
yeah,
of an
yes.
all-meat,
I know
beanless
that- I
chili,
know-
diced white
no,
onions,
no,
yellow mustard.
I
There
know
you go.
there's an Instagram channel called Food Porn, but you don't need to talk like it is.
Sorry, what's the name of the channel?
Don't listen to him, Bobby. Keep going.
No, there's whatever.
Yeah,
But it's not actually whatever. I'll see cavemen
What's
talking
the
about
channel name? Sorry,
I can't
food
remember
porn.
that.
food porn.
Coover?
It's literally just talking about delicious dishes. It's not a dirty channel.
Oh, you know this guy right beside me here. He
Cougar?
has a food channel, right?
Coover?
Oh yeah.
I was going
Nippon.
to say, I can't remember the last time the wife said that to me.
Fusion Sensations, go subscribe to it.
Yeah, Asian sensations. Yeah. Have you started
Again,
any videos
I
yet?
hope that's a
Nippon?
food channel only.
Nippon's got 17 channels.
Yeah. No, have you started any videos on that channel yet with your mom? You're supposed to be-
Not yet. She's gonna look at the video first, and then
Oh, okay. All right. How do they say the word steak? In what
Yum.
language?
Steak.
Yummy.
Steak in what language? Yeah. But of course, since we're okay,
in
how's Kim
Tagalog,
and
in
Arthur
Tagalog,
doing?
Bistic.
How's Kim doing, Arthur?
Holding up. She's been
Holding
through
up.
the mill with this treatment, but
Mhm.
she's got a little bit better now. But
That's good.
she's still got to sort of stay here for another 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks.
Mm,
Keep away
right.
from everybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. Yeah.
Thanks,
And of
Ben.
course, Yeah.
Good of
Talking
you there,
about,
and Ben. Good job asking, Ben. I completely forgot. Wish Kim our best, Arthur.
Will
yeah,
do.
we should like that. Yeah.
Will do,
Yes,
guys.
Stu, what you think?
talking of the hot dogs, I remember my trip over to America. I went to a baseball match because you've got to do the whole experience, haven't you? Try and get in as many local customers as you can.
Oh yeah.
And they said a chili dog, so I thought this will be good. It arrived. I bit into it. What the hell is this? Where's the chili? And then they explained to me it's not the same as my mind was made up of it's going to be like chili con carne, and it isn't. It's just a sort of generic meat sauce. I said, well, where's the spicy bit? Where's the hotness to it? So he said, we can have a bit of mustard with it. So I put mustard on, and it's the American mustard. It's not proper mustard either. So I'm double complaining about this hot dog. And it's like, it's the norm there, and I'm expecting.
If you go to America again, go to Chicago and have an Italian beef sandwich with hot pickles and have it dipped in beef. What do they call it? Beef jus or whatever it is.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's very messy but very tasty.
Yeah,
sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Go to Al's Italian Beef. They're the famous chain of Italian beef sandwiches in Chicago.
Okay.
I've watched all those Man versus Food episodes.
I know. I've actually been to Chicago and I've had myself one of them, and I'm now officially making myself hungry. So
let's try.
Did you get over to Uno Pizzeria when you were in Chicago?
I actually went to Pizzeria Due, not Pizzeria Uno, and Giordano's is supposed to be better, but. Had a deep pan pizza. A friend from Chicago was showing me around. We thought we could cane the whole thing in one go. And we both got through one slice, and we were stuck.
Slice. Yep. One slice. It's so funny you said we drove from here to Chicago 7 hours. Didn't eat a stitch on the way, not even a corn chip. So that we got there when we were starving. We got to the restaurant. It was a 2-hour wait to sit down or an hour and a half for the pizza. So we said, forget it. We'll just order the pizza, take it back to the hotel. We're starving at this point. Got a large pizza amongst three of us. One large, thinking, okay, here we go. This thing's going to get killed. The box doesn't know what's about to happen. Just like you said, Jamie, all of us ate one slice each and done. I couldn't believe how thick it was.
So I enjoyed it.
As most of you guys call the Chicago style is known as a pizza pie. I mean, it may be the same diameter, but it's about that thick.
Yeah. It was literally
and
that thick.
The caveman says that American here, I hate deep dish pizza. All right.
Yeah, caveman, it's not deep dish. This ain't deep dish. This is Chicago style, Chicago pizza pie. Deep dish is just a whole bunch of bread with a bit of toppings.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Or a whole tomato base. They do an inch of tomatoes basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we got
Ben, I've been there as well. I went to Portillo's, but I didn't have the hot dog. I had something else, but it was delicious. Whatever I had, it was delicious.
I don't know why everybody goes on about it.
Okay, this is getting too much.
Okay. Jamie's getting hungry. Okay, guys, we'll do the rounds, right? And we'll have this food check. We'll do this food check in the back room while we'll make Jamie hungrier, right? Before we end the stream, right, guys? Thanks for being on, Nippon. Thanks for spending time with us, Hoover, Arthur, Bobby K, Sanska, all the way from India, right? Big up. But before we end the stream, just have one round of last thoughts. Plug your channel or the channel that you want to support out there, right? And of course, I'll go to Arthur first. Arthur, last thoughts before the season start.
I reckon we'll get better, obviously, as the season wears on. Oh my God!
That's what Eugene's gonna go have now.
Later. I'll have it in the back room. I'll show you. I'm
looking.
You can watch me eat. Sorry.
Yeah. That's all right. Shut up. I'm looking towards more purchases, of course. But I think on Saturday's game, I think we'll either win 2-1 or 3-2.
Okay. Are you going to the game, Arthur?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna meet up with the guys, right?
As the four top sang, I'll be there.
Yeah, sorry, Arthur. I've just got to answer Caveman's question. Nobody farted. When Bobby K showed me the hot dogs, I blew a raspberry because he was trying to make me hungry.
Disgusting.
Yeah. And of course,
I actually did fart at that same time, just so you can cover it.
I did as well.
Okay, well, decide who dealt.
Sorry, Caveman. Me and Kuva, we doubled up on you.
Yeah.
And of course, Scotland says that hopefully the season goes well as we hope, but it seems it could be much better with proper window. Yep.
You know, it's
that's
weird to see Scott say something like that
that's-
because normally he's just a ray of sunshine and
Yeah.
positivity.
yeah. That's the positivity from Scott. Big up to Scott. We'll all love you, right?
That's awesome.
Scott, we'll love it. Yeah, Scott is awesome, right? Of course, Bobby K. What
Yes,
shows
sir.
are coming up?
Three Spurs
You're
boys.
up,
We're gonna
Ben.
be. They got a little off the pitch going on with Chris from Let's Talk Tottenham. They're gonna be doing that hopefully
Mhm.
tomorrow and getting that out tomorrow night. And then Sunday, the post game show. The kids will do the post game show in the
Have
morning.
you let one go, Arthur?
The author
Nah.
let two go.
You went like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Iris got him.
really warm.
Iris came in the room and left
Exactly.
the present quickly, and then just left.
I won't
Yeah.
turn around in case you see the hole in my rear end.
You just got crop dusted by Iris. Nice.
I'm on fire.
And then, Sunday night, that fine gentleman, that really handsome fella, not the one beside me that's trying to do the Playboy pose, but the one further, one more over to him, will be debuting our new little Sunday evening show that we've put together today there, the Coov and the Kang there, to play off Cool and the Gang there. So we'll, a little weekend wrap-up show with
I
the
know what you
weekend
can call it.
events. And we
Yeah,
might
when's
talk
that
about
on?
football. I don't know.
Wait.
Coobs, what are you thinking?
You can call
When's
it
that on,
the
Bobby?
Sorry, Arthur?
When's that on?
Sunday night, we're going to make our debut this Sunday night. Now, we tried to make our debut, in March, Kuva? We've been talking
like
about
that,
this
yeah.
in March. Oh, no, sorry, May. It was
Well,
April when I started the
I've got
channel,
a new
so
name
May.
for you then. Because of your initials, you could call it the Sunday Krispy Kreme.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. Okay. And last
Does
thoughts,
it-
Bobby?
Or we
Does
could
it
just
fly?
eat Krispy Kreme. No, thanks for having me on, Eugene. Really great to see you guys. It's been so long, man. Nice to see you all again and everything. Since Scar, been a while. Arthur, great to see you, my man.
How you, my man?
Jamie, always supporting us, and we appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Great to see you guys. Come on, you
Score
Spurs.
predictions.
3-0.
All right, 3-0.
We.
And
I'm
then
not giving
I'll-
Southampton anything. Eric Dyer is going to show everybody why my son rates him and loves him, and he's gonna make Maldini look bad. Okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but okay.
And of course,
Well done, Ben.
and of course, I'll come to Hoover. What's up, Hoover? Everything.
Yeah, well,
You caught him by surprise. Like, huh?
but as Bobby's already obviously advertised the Sunday thing. Friday lunchtime, 12:30 GMT. I will be popping on to who am I popping on to? Then I've forgotten now. It's,
No,
Check
Hoover.
with your secretary.
Hold on, guys. Hoover. After this show, what show are you gonna do?
no, Chris.
So
Chris,
many-
let's
so many
talk
options.
Tottenham. Chris with the magic tricks.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be
Chris with
popping
the
on to the
magic trick.
Spurs show on Friday lunchtime, and then Bobby on Sunday, and always Bob Spur on Saturday nights. Bob Spur
Of course,
TV.
blankety blank.
Other than that, just
I'll be
around
with
the
you
channel
on
as
Friday,
usual.
Coobs.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Friday.
I'll join you on Friday, Coobs, if I
There we go.
don't have
There
my
we go.
appointment yet.
Yeah. And Rulot says that AFTV and chill on Fridays. I beg. Big up. Thanks, great man. And Sanska.
Yeah, it's great. Like I've been waiting for this, and I'm glad that we had this podcast and great catching up with all of you guys. And I'm glad. I personally am just glad football is starting again. Like
Yeah.
weekends have been terribly boring, and like I'm just glad it's starting again. And score prediction 3-1 only because I think Davies is out for our opener. I'm not sure, but maybe he might be out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We're
All right.
long later.
And Kuva,
And if
forgot to get your
Davinson Sanchez on the pitch, I don't know.
Oh, then it's 5-0 for us.
and Kuva, your score predictions. You said one
Yeah,
earlier, right?
I'm actually going to go for a 1-1. I think we're in for a much harder game than a lot of people give us Southampton credit for. No, actually, no, we're at home. Well, let's give the home advantage. Just squeak it 2-1.
I was going to
All
say,
right.
man, you were just about to cancel our show on Sunday before it made his debut. With that
I think we certainly won't have it all our own way. I think Southampton always gives us a tough game.
That's true. And of course, last but not least, our lovely guest from Chelsea, right? Nippon, your channel has already been put in the chats. Are you doing any shows lately? Nippon, you're mute.
You've muted.
You're on mute, buddy.
I'm doing a preview tomorrow at 9 p.m. for Chelsea versus Everton. I'll be joined by Everton content creator Everton Rose. Go subscribe to her channel if you haven't already. She's
Okay.
just clocked 5,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So yeah, go give her a like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. Put it up there. We'll look link to it. Right. And any other things that we're doing before? I mean, later or anything like that?
On the weekend, I might be doing a watch along for the Chelsea game. Depends on whether I'm busy or not. And the player ratings and all that, they should be out as well.
All right.
And if you want to jump on, just
Hoover.
I'll just DM you the link. I need some tools as well.
All right. Okay. Thanks for joining us, Nippon. Okay, I'll put you guys in the back room while Jamie and I do the closing, and after that, I'll meet you guys in the back room for more food talk.
No.
All right, guys.
I'm off.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Maybe his wife was walking in front of him because he saluted.
That's what we call it.
Yeah, we have to salute whenever Iris enters the room, Kuva. That's the rules. All right, Kuva, I'll catch you in the back room later. Right, while Jamie and I do the closing. Okay, Jamie, it's a good show. We haven't done a shows like this for such a long time. Enjoying our
It descended into food and flatulence, though.
Yeah. But before we close, of course, we have to say our goodbyes to the guys in the chats. Thanks for their support. Right, Ben Kaufman, Carl Simpson, Reload. Who else do we have? THF.
Scott M, Caveman, Mr. Hilton.
Mr. Hilton, Steak. Right. Who else do we have in the chats? And of course, those who didn't put any comments in who they were
James
watching.
Joris.
Yes, James Joris.
Statman Stubbs sounds like a blues player.
Statman Stubbs is a Liverpool fan. I've been on his channel before. He's been on our show before.
Mr. Agamba.
Oh, of course, Mr. Chris Agamba, big
Mr.
supporter.
K.
And Mr. K, lovely Mr. K.
Carl Simpson.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else? No, just you and me.
And
you never asked me, but I'm going to say 3-1 because 2-1 is so every season.
I got this guy, Bobby. Yeah, Bob
come on, Bobby.
Graham.
Oh, and Graham. We forgot Graham.
Yeah, for Graham too. Right. Big up to all you guys. Thanks for your support. 3-1 too? You going for 3-1?
I'll say 3-1 purely and simply because the investments we've made and the ones that could just squeaking before the season starts, I think we've just got to go in positive because we always, I often always hedge my bets and say 2-1 just to be positive, but that still sits on the fence a bit. So I'm going to say 3-1. I'm not quite up there to Bob Spurs 4-0. We're not quite there yet.
4-1. Yeah.
So 3-1.
3-1 for you, and for me, I think it was squeak through 1-0. That's the best result I can give it. 1-0. If Southampton comes out with a low block again, and hopefully this time we can break their defense. Not like last time we couldn't do much of anything, even with 10 men, right? That they had, right? So, but hopefully I would love it if we smashed them 5-0 the last time that the 4-2 or 4-0 that we went and smacked or something like that. But at the moment, I think that too many new players, needs time to gel, and then there's the 5-sub rule coming in. We didn't even talk about a 5-sub rule. Maybe we'll talk about it in the next show that we do next week, right?
Yeah, but we've still got to go in more positive than the end of last season because we've had some incoming. And Conte starts more of a sway on the way we're going to play going forward. So let's not just settle down to our mediocrity and hedging our bets just yet.
Yeah, of course, and of course, any last words?
Come on, you Spurs! Conte, we trust. Levy still out.
Of course, Levy out and back Conte.